Well, you asked for it. I read it in the comments section multiple times. And you asked for it. More sassy ghost babies, Recky. We want them. You asked. You shall receive. This video we're going to watch is from the channel Terrence Pop, P-O-P-P. This is the ghost child of Abu Ghraib, live from the Lair. I have no clue what this is, and I am super, super keen on finding out what it is. I just want to point out a big thank you to Deborah that actually made this amazing picture, as you can see on the screen right now. I'm going to try to get that on a t-shirt. Until now, it's going to be there and looking way sexy. Thank you so much, Deborah. It's amazing. All right, so before we watch it, I want you to smack the like and, of course, hit that subscribe. I will greatly appreciate that, or I will send sassy ghost babies right to where you live. You don't want that. They are extremely sassy. Very sassy. A big thank you. A big thank you to my channel members and my patrons. Thank you so much for the amazing support. Thank you. A big shout out to the Supreme Tier donators over by Patreon and, of course, on channel membership on YouTube. I salute you. You guys rock. Plus, we have personal shout outs to the ultimate supporters, Deja, Walt, Tammy, Roni, and Dwayne. Thank you. Amazing. Amazing. All right. Let's do this. Again, I don't know what this is.
Hello everybody, Terrence Pop here, Redonkulous.com with another episode from the Lair. And where we left off last time, we're talking...
Dude, I gotta love his place, dude. He got some airborne ranger stuff behind him, swords and stuff. I like that. And there's a bunch of knickknacks and do-rags everywhere. I like that.
Talking about some ghost shit, so...
Ghost shit.
We're gonna continue on. Now, these might jump around. We're going to go forward to when I was at Abu Ghraib prison. I served as the, basically the NCOIC for security for the entire base, the Master Sergeant for, Ops Sergeant for Company F425 Airborne Infantry, and the First Sergeant for Company F425 Lurus Infantry. Now, this is going to sound weird, but where we lived in Abu Ghraib prison, we lived where they housed all the political prisoners, which were treated the worst. Every room had a hook in the ceiling, and from what I gathered when I asked about those to some of the S2 people who had all the intel on the prison and what was going around it, that they would keep these people in the room packed in there like sardines. They just like tortured them and beat them all day long, and they would leave like 2 or 3 ropes in the room so they could take turns. Whoever wanted to, kill themselves, they could take turns hanging themselves. And this, they'd
that is gnarly, dude. Oh my god.
come in the morning, there'd be 4 or 5 people stacked up like cordwood. And this happened, and there was a hook in virtually every fucking room in that prison, at least that cell block. I didn't look in the other cell blocks. All I, knew was mine. Now, when we got there, also in the back, they had a wood chipping machine. Now, I don't know what the fuck you need a wood chipping machine in the middle of the fucking desert. Alright? Well, actually, I do know what you need it for, and it's nothing fucking good. There were parts of that prison that were literally walled off. They put up plywood. They just said, fuck it, this is too fucked up. They're not even going to clean it. Where there's like blood 6 to 8 inches deep on the ground, brains, just fucking... it was like it was a fucking rancid fucking kill house. That's the environment we lived in. Now, when we first got there was no furniture, there wasn't fucking nothing. We had like cots, that's it. So, one of the first platoon was living in the 2nd story, a cell block, towards the back. And we didn't have lights that worked at that time. Yeah, no, we didn't have the lights put in yet. There was no electricity. So, if you wanted to use the pisser shitter, you had to go out the back exit, down a row of stairs out into the courtyard, across there, and then there was some porta potties and whatever, the fucking nasty shit shacks that they used. So I think we were there maybe 8 days. 8 days. It's like somewhere 1 to 3 in the morning, I don't remember. And all of a sudden the lights come on, and they're like, "All right, everybody up, there's a kid in here." And so everyone's like flipping over boxes, like looking for this fucking kid. And I remember the soldier's name, but apparently he was walking down to use the fucking pisser, and a kid came around the corner and walked right by him in the darkness. Okay, and you can see it because they usually put chem lights up there. They weren't super bright, but they were bright enough so you could see the fucking stairs while you're going down that dark stairwell. So he comes up there, and everyone's freaked out that we have a fucking kid running around. There's no kid to be had. There's no way that kid got past him. There's nowhere for that kid to hide. There was nothing up there but bunks, some cots, duffel bags, and boxes. That's fucking it. There's nowhere to fucking hide. The same thing happened while I was there in the same area that I remember that I was present for 3 times. 3 times, same MO, very similar to the first story. The second time, the guy who was sleeping right by the entrance to, down the stairs to use the fucking porta shitter, saw the kid walk right by the end of his bunk. He's like, "Whoa," and then the kid was gone. He flips on the light. "Kid's back in here! Oh my God!" Everybody's freaking out, and we knew what it was by then. Okay, we knew it was a fucking ghost. Let's see. He saw it. There was another guy that saw it at the same time. The guy who saw it going down the stairs, and we had a couple other guys see the kid walking around in the area. Was it the courtyard area? A couple times, between then and there. So finally, it happened again towards the end. I want to say this. We've been there like 6-7 months. Again, lights come on 3 in the morning. Kid's back. Everyone's like freaking out. Listen, I'm not going to do an hour and a half of all of this hand holding and other fucking bullshit. I'm done. Right? We've been in a combat zone for like 6 months, getting mortared 3 to 5 times a fucking day. It's a real fucking deal. So I step out there. I'm like, "All right, kid's dead. It's a ghost. Suck it up. He's already dead. He can't hurt you. Quit your goddamn crying." I turned the fucking lights off. And I remember just before I turned them off, the guy who was staying in the bunk, he did this look on his face like, because he had to go back to sleep right by the entrance.
It's all good if it's a living kid, but this one was a dead kid running around the prison.
Where the ghost kid walks in and out. So we moved him the next day, but that was still pretty funny. Another weird thing, people had digital cameras. I mean, a lot of people had digital cameras. They're not as good as they are now. We're talking like, a 4 meg picture was considered good back then. That was like 2004. A lot of people had 2 megs, 3 megs, whatever. But people were taking pictures, and we were getting this fucking insane amount of fucking orbs. All right. Yeah, I know you're like, fucking orbs could be dust, whatever. Yeah, but when the guy takes a little movie, and you see the orb, come up the fucking stairs, and then go out, and then go back. I mean, come on. Okay.
Yeah, that's a weird dust corn right there, going up the stairs, then decides to go back down.
And it wasn't like it wasn't like a little tiny speck of light. It looked like a ball of gas the size of a softball, and it was like rotating the 2 halves, and it moved around on its own. There's no fucking way. Of course, nobody saw that when they took the movie. You can't see with the naked eye. But it was fucking crazy. And then one day, just for shits and giggles, I had one of those binos. You put in a little SIM card, and then you could take fucking pictures digitally and store them on your computer. Well, I dialed it down to 0 power. It's the middle of the day. No one is in the fucking room. I just take a picture. I can't see it immediately on the screen. I have to download it on my laptop at the time. So that evening, I downloaded it, and there were hundreds, if not thousands, of orbs. Now, I showed them some people, those are dust particles. I don't know. I'll try to dig that picture up and or one similar to it if I can, and let you guys take a guess for yourself. But all I know is every fucking day I hung out in that place, my fucking skin crawled, my hair stood on its end, had a low-grade nausea.
Wow.
That place just fucking sucked.
Oh my God. I mean, that's a prison, and they like people die there on a regular basis.
All right, we're gonna go on now. Inside the walls of Abu Ghraib prison, there was basically 4 large cell blocks. The footprint of the actual prison was huge, huge. It was basically 1.25 miles from, if you walked from one wall to the next. I mean, it was huge. Now, towards the back, there was a higher water table, and we had a problem with standing water, and then the Hajis would take the shit out of the shitters and then go dump them on the other side of the fucking post, inside the walls. It was fucking horrible. It was causing a bit of a health issue. So apparently they got the CBs out there to try to work something out to take care of the drainage. And they basically came out with one of the bulldozers, and they went across, and they basically took the top 2 feet off of the ground, and while doing so, they uncapped a mass grave. The numbers were anywhere between 1,800 to 2,100 people were recently buried in there. Like, I'm talking, I don't know, 6 months before the invasion started, so they've only been in the dirt maybe a year and a half tops. But it's that wet, stinky, nasty soil, so it just fucked them up. And the dirt that had pushed up against the wall, you know, was full of hand bones and fingers and, you know, shoes and rags of all types. And it just smelled to high heaven. It was just, I mean, why I don't have anthrax, I have no fucking clue. And that really fucked with me really bad too. Now, I didn't really see anything crazy happen around that fucking area. But after they took the top off of that thing, things got worse in the environment around the prison. And I'm not talking about the stink or whatever. I'm just the fucking. It just felt much worse. Like you always had somebody staring at you and all kinds of other crazy ass shit. But all I could say is that fucking that place brings back some fucked up memories, man. Because I have no idea how one human being can be that fucking miserable to another. I don't know. I mean, if you.
Oh my Lord, that's where we are right now.
Just kill them. If that's what you got to do. I mean, torturing them and making them suffer like that is just fucking crazy. Okay, I think that's it for this one. All right, you guys, take it easy.
All right, first of all, would like to say thank you so much to the channel of Terrence Pop for the amazing Nintendo music that was played in the background. That was nice to hear. We all heard horrible stories about the prison in Abu Ghraib. I'm pretty sure I'm mispronouncing that one, but I don't really care. But this was horrible. This was horrible to hear. I felt bad for the guy who have to endure this kind of a shithole, to be quite frank. But I am a believer of the paranormal. You guys know that for a fact. And that place would be amazing to visit. I don't know if it's still there or they just bulldozed the entire thing when everyone just left. But one thing, there was more than 1,800 people buried on that soil before the invasion, and they uncovered it and released, like a Ghostbuster movie, thousands of souls. I don't know if you want to believe this, but this feels like that dude is telling the truth about being in a spot or a place where was riddled with unrested souls. And it's heartbreaking. And there's a kid too, and that makes me feel like what a shitty world we live in sometimes, and it's amazing. I mean, they actually get you to think about it. Oh, I would like to go there, but I feel like it's a stupid thing to do in a harsh environment as the desert. But I really would like to go there. If there's anyone who knows any video with anyone who actually went there or have any pictures of this, I would greatly appreciate that. I'm going to check his channel to see if he actually posted some of the pictures that he said he had. I would love to see that. I was kind of a disappointed that there was no pictures, no movie, no videos, but unfortunately, I understand that they cannot just here we go. Here's some pictures from a messed up prison, basically. I'm gonna wrap it up. Let me know if you think this is complete bullcrap or this is actually true in your mind. I would love your opinion. Comment section. If you want to support me, click join to become a member. Of course, there's an amazing link for everything Recky, merchandise, Patreon, etc., etc. Do your thing. Until next time, I'm Recky. You stay safe.